Hey guys, sitting out in my beautiful backyard with my dog, enjoying the last days of fall before winter comes. Okay, maybe we have a bit longer, I hope, but anyhow, today I wanted to talk about we are what we eat and what we do not eliminate. So what we take into our bodies becomes part of us. The foods that we eat really, really matter. If we're eating just junk food full of empty calories, that there's not a lot of nutrition in there, and our bodies start to deteriorate or fill with toxins. And when we don't eat properly, we also have a messed up digestive system and microbiome, those living organisms that live in our gut. There's more non-human cells, organisms than human, and when it's in balance, it's amazing. It works amazingly for our health. But when it gets out of balance, it's the opposite. And so, I know not everybody can afford to go organic. This month, I'm trying to go all organic when it comes to the food I buy. Amy's makes their products are mostly organic, but not 100%. But I do my best, and this is my diet this month. So organic frozen fruit, organic fresh fruit. I ordered from Spud, which is an amazing health food store that partners with Blushline Organics here in Calgary. And so sitting on my swing here, swings are great for mental health. They deliver, and you can set up subscriptions and grocery lists and all this stuff, and they deliver in like reusable blue bins. They put dry ice. Please don't touch it with your hands. It's super, super cold, and it keeps your frozen food frozen for 4 hours. So I buzz them in when I'm not here, and they leave it at my door, and then they pick up the bins from last week or last month. Sorry, you're supposed to do it weekly. I kind of do it monthly. So trying to be vegetarian, though it's been very hard. I haven't been able to stick with it until this month, aside from eating some gelatin and some free Jello I was given at the church where they were handing out a free meal, and I wanted to go meet some people there that I heard about that were really cool and shared a similar story to mine. So that was awesome, but it's hard to stick with my diet when I leave the house, I guess, and I'm offered free food. But anyways, I wanted to tell you a little bit about Amy's. So for people like me that are not great at cooking, Amy's can be amazing. They make, like I said, mostly organic. So they make stuff with cheese in it. I'm choosing to eat the ones without dairy. But pad thai is frozen pad thai, which is like some noodles with some tofu. That one's higher protein than some of the other ones. And it's got broccoli in it. So I'm like, this is delicious. The sauce is totally delicious, and I love it. And also, they make frozen vegan lasagna, which is delicious with some tomato paste and some spices and stuff. And the burritos are great. Yeah, I microwave stuff. I know it's not the best to do that. You could probably put the burrito in my new air fryer, or maybe in a toaster oven or on the stove or the oven. That'd be ideal. But for me, when I'm in a hurry or I don't feel like putting too much energy into my food, microwaving it has been kind of nice to heat it up and get some more nourishing food. And the burritos I get are bean burritos, and then they have like a tofu scramble, which kind of is like, tastes like maybe like scrambled eggs in a burrito, and it's pretty delicious. And then I buy organic mustard, organic ketchup. I'm gonna order some organic pickles, because we all know how good fermented pickles are for our gut. And Spud also has like some seasonal fruit bundles, so you could choose seasonal and organic. Unfortunately, last winter in BC, I think we lost some crops because it got too cold there. So normally we would have amazing like nectarines, peaches, plums, strawberries, cherries, raspberries, blueberries, all these amazing fruits coming in from BC, and it's sad like how the climates have been changing and things. So anyways, let's try to eat the best that we can, because this food becomes who we are, and we vibrate at the same level as what we eat. So when we're eating super organic, nourishing foods, we vibrate on one level versus other levels. And I've noticed I feel better. And when I have my freezer, full of these foods, and then I buy Amy's lentil soup, super nourishing, and Amy's, what else is there? Split pea soup, which also has protein in it. It's delicious. I buy Cliff protein bars, which are also, yes, too much sugar for sure, but high in protein. So, and they're mostly organic. And then I eat organic almond milk and some granola for breakfast. And sometimes I run out of almond milk. Honestly, it's expensive. I can't always afford it. So at times I just put water in my cereal. And like granola, the granola's got a bit of protein. And yes, it's a bit processed, but it's better than, skipping breakfast for me anyways. Some people are doing intermittent fasting, that works for them. But for me, I love to have breakfast first thing. And if I don't have that, I get kind of stressed throughout the day. Trying to cut out coffee. So I actually, I don't really drink coffee at home. The other day though, I found some in the freezer and made a cup, but typically I don't drink coffee at home just because of some health issues I'm having. But yeah, I do when I go out, and yes, it would be ideal not to for me anyways. Not that coffee's like inherently bad, but just for certain people, certain health issues. So anyways, and then I remember in the past too, when I was with my boyfriend at the time, we switched to decaf, and I remember that made a huge improvement in his sleep and health and stuff. So thankfully that's over. But anyhow, what else? I love making smoothies. So bananas or avocado, and then throwing in some berries, some almond milk. Sometimes I put maple syrup to sweeten, but I love adding hemp seeds just like as a added omega-3 booster, and some healthy essential fatty acids and some protein. And I keep those in my fridge to store them up, keep them fresh, and they don't add too much of a flavor change to the smoothie. And then I make chia pudding, which is my favorite dessert to make. I don't really make a lot of desserts at home. I try to eat healthy. I do buy desserts though at times. I was addicted to chocolate, but since I have kind of switched to this diet, my sugar cravings have gone down quite a lot, and so that's been really amazing, because usually, I have spare change, let's go to the vending machine in my apartment building and buy chocolates and so on, chips, whatever else. Getting enough protein and having regular meals and having meals on hand. When I was trying to cook, I have to admit to you guys, I did a crappy job. Like, I would buy the food and not cook it for a week, or like cook it, eat it, and not shop for a week. Like, it's just my self-discipline, maybe the dopamine thing I have in my brain, the issue, which is one of the side effects of that is low motivation. But you know what? I make it work by buying pre-made food. But honestly, I'll be spending over $600 a month on food. So that's insane for some people to even comprehend. And I do plan on making more food, learning how to cook at home. Ideally, what works for me is inviting friends over and cooking together. Maybe make some extra to freeze. But what do I love cooking? I love soups. So so nourishing, so warm, especially in the winter. Warm food's good for the gut. Soups are even better. And so cooking lentils in coconut milk, canned coconut milk, organic, and then putting in some kale or some spinach, whether that's like frozen or fresh, and some onions and garlic. And I'm like, wow, is it ever delicious? And I'm like, it's not even that expensive. And then I was getting into like power bowls, where you're like, looking up recipes and picking like a fruit like pineapple or mango, which is not very local, sorry, but anyways, delicious, with some like edamame beans or chickpeas, and then maybe some rice, like a grain. And getting grains from the light cellar for a little while, they had a sale, so I think it was amaranth and millet and quinoa. And like, quinoa is amazing because it's a complete protein, whereas lentils, beans, and chickpeas are not complete protein. So if you eat them, you also need to eat grains. But if you eat quinoa, it's a complete protein. Of course, eating lentils and beans and chickpeas and stuff are really, really great sources of protein, and make sure we get some minerals in our diet. And need some iron, and like I know in the past being vegetarian and not doing it properly got very, very sick physically, mentally. I lost a lot of weight. I had no idea like what I was doing. Jeez, the wind is creeping up here and making me cold. Put my scarf back on. Anyhow, I love trail mix. So they have this organic mix with cranberries, pumpkin seeds, and oh, my dog maybe wants to say hi here. Okay, well if she starts barking, that means time's up. Gotta go inside. She's the boss. Hey, say hi. Luna, say hi. Hi. She loves it here, but she can only take so much before she's like, hey mom, can we go home please? She gets bored. Okay, that's my diet in a nutshell, but yeah, eating some nuts and seeds is great too. Chia pudding, look that recipe up. Maple syrup, chia, and almond milk. Okay, signing off. Please give me a like and subscribe. Remember that this is not medical advice. Please consult your nutritionist or holistic practitioner. Thanks guys, bye.